Hello everyone, you are on the Player Review Team channel. Long time no see guys. We hope that just like us, you had a good rest from FC25 and are now ready to dive into FC26 with fresh energy. And to dive in effectively, you will need, surprise surprise, a starter squad. And for the gauntlet mode, at least a couple of them. So today, we are going to talk about different budget and not only budget squads for the start of the game. We will look at various interesting player links and so on. In short, as always, it is going to be informative. As you probably already know from the very beginning, we will get objectives for these silver icons. And if you actually decide to complete them all, here is a simple squad of budget English players. For these objectives, you will need 11 English players and it does not matter which ones you buy. Just do not cheap out on defenders, otherwise it will be harder. But we do not recommend buying this trio. They will be hyped at the start and cost more. When the match starts, simply press pause and sub in a couple of cheap Brazilian and Portuguese beasts for Garrincha and Eusebio respectively. With them, you will need to create a goal each. By the way, we do not recommend buying Pedro Neto. His price will most likely skyrocket because of Eusebio, since he is the best low-rated option. Now, if you do not plan to spend half your life grinding all 5 silver icons, then let's check out the simplest playable squad for pennies, or something close to that. Right away, we should highlight the Dortmund trio, Adeyemi, Emecha and Emre. Pay special attention to Nemecha and Emre. The first one is a towering rock almost 2 meters tall, with lengthy and a powerful frame. The second one is a playmaker who can cover not only midfield, but also center back, and again with lengthy acceleration. Adeyemi will most likely be overpriced during the first 2 to 3 weeks, so do not spend your last coins on him. In general, Ekitike will also not be cheap due to transfer hype, which always hits the first weeks of a new game, although he has a nice body type judging by the last edition. Anyway, this duo can easily be replaced by Savinho and Federico Chiesa. No doubt about Chiesa, he will definitely deliver just like last year's version. Malen also has a solid card and will most likely feel as good as Chiesa in game. The rest of the players run decently and have more or less adequate stats. And what else do you need for a start? Serie A is traditionally budget-friendly and relevant this year too, and to it has been added a quality runner, Lois Openda. Yes, he will not be cheap at the beginning, but look at his playstyle set. This guy definitely knows how to run in behind and finish chances. On the wings we have the unremarkable but fast Leon Bailey and the much more notable David Neres. He attracts with trickster, 5-star skills, technical, left foot and new playstyles for Trivela shot and pass. Definitely keep an eye on him. Nkunku in the cam role is more of a tribute to the Frenchman than an urgent need. There are not many passing talents, but he is technical and will consistently deliver finesse shots inside the box. No questions about Thuram. We all remember his tall body type and how useful it is for midfield. Loftus-Cheek looks even more interesting. By the way, he has a hyperlink with Tomori, and Tomori will appear in the seasonal paid pass, so his rare card should not be too expensive. You know Di Lorenzo and Nuno Tavares from previous editions, but probably not Mario Gila. His card attracts with pace, but most importantly, he has jockey and solid defensive stats, which is even more important. So always try to pick not only fast but also decent stat defenders, preferably with a large body type. Now a more expensive squad. To the mentioned Milan hyperlink we add a new player from France. Again, not many talents, but he is tall and has speed with lengthy acceleration. By the way, in the FC26 beta, we really liked Araujo, so we will try to get him in our squad as soon as possible. Obviously, he will not cost pennies either. Pablo Barrios is more of a filler for midfield, but as you can see, he also has pace and speed, and the rest of the stats are more or less fine. The attacking trio deserves special attention. First, Salma, our favorite from last year. She has a great body type, great speed and good talents. But her price will probably sting a little, the opposite with Sariegi. She has good stats and lots of useful talents +4/+4, which is very important. Most importantly, she definitely will not be expensive. The same goes for Ayoze Perez. He can play chem thanks to incisive pass and also striker thanks to low-driven shot and Trivela. Plus, he does not have hype, so he will be cheap. Another not too expensive squad is built in a 3 midfielder formation. By the way, we recommend playing with 3 mids at the start. With 2, it will be tough. Here we can note relatively budget PSG players. Zaire Emery has a nice body type and a good set of talents. Zabarnyi has decent speed, with lengthy plus jockey and intercept. Dunn we liked last year too. Yes, she is small, but she progresses the ball well due to speed and agility. For a 3 mid formation she fits. Alternatively, you can consider Rogers, who is bigger and has incisive pass. Lacroix stands out and probably will not be cheap, but he can be replaced by Murillo. The new Arsenal player also looks interesting, though his price will clearly be higher than Murillo's. Robinson is also worth mentioning. He may not be Crusoe, but his talents are impressive. Before buying Udogi, check his price. In attack, we have the familiar Chiesa, Kolomuani, and Tel. By the way, all three have silver finesse shots, which will be useful inside the box. And yes, silver finesse shots will lose their broken power from the beta version. They will only work inside the box, which is actually for the better. But if you want to finesse like in the old days, Son, who moved to MLS, should help with that. If we look at cards with golden finesse shots, we will see that there are almost no playable and cheap ones except for Son. Agree, no one will play with Girassi, and Kane will be expensive because of rating, not to mention their sad speed. Son, on the other hand, definitely will not cost a fortune. Plus, he got low-driven shot and Trivela, which always works great. Back to the squad, we highlight the new hyperlink in Inter Miami. DePaul has good passing talents and crucial technical for ball progression. Messi, as always, has a pleasant card with many useful play styles. For the cam roll, his speed will be enough. The only thing is his high rating, so the price will be appropriate. Overall, this squad cannot be called budget, but it is very well balanced and has no weak spots. As we remember, Theo now plays in Saudi Arabia, where there were already enough interesting players, but he will clearly raise the price of the whole league. But if you are not ready to invest at the start and only want Son with his finesse, then with a simple move, our expensive squad turns into ultra budget. In fact, you can even replace Son with Benzema. Yes, he is slow, but not as much as people think. Lengthy will help him get away. Most importantly, he is super effective in the box and around it thanks to his golden low-driven shot. We should also highlight Ibanez, who has incredible speed balanced across stats plus lengthy acceleration. He also got great talents. Definitely a budget meta option at the start. Oh yes, Pogba is back in big football, so here is a squad with the legend, though Anthony might argue who the real legend is. Will Pogba be playable at the start? In general, yes, but better to keep him in a 3-mid setup where he can be a playmaker and not run too much. After a couple of evolutions, this card will become really good. Just do not rush with the first evolutions, better wait for solid ones and then upgrade him. Actually, Anthony is also not useless. Yes, 1-star weak foot is funny, but he should still cut inside onto his left for finesse shots, and his trickster with skills is always useful and fun. Rashford will be too expensive at the start, so if you plan to buy him, wait a couple of weeks. His price will definitely drop due to the low rating. And finally, the kidney squad, as you can see without Mbappe and Vinicius, because for them, you would need to sell the second kidney and life would become uncomfortable. Anyway, this year PSG will dominate, because besides squad depth with top players in every position, they also got some great girls. For example, Karchaoui can now play in midfield, which makes her much more interesting. But the real highlight among all beasts is Reinders, who moved to City. This will be one of the best cards in the game. He has a pleasant body type, great stats, and an amazing playmaker talent set. We are sure he can handle other roles as well. Write in the comments who you plan to buy first or what player link you want in your starter squad. And do not forget to subscribe and leave a like if the video was interesting. Squad links will be waiting for you in the description. Thanks for watching till the end and see you in the next videos.